My name is Francis Bitonti. I'm the founder of Studio Bitonti. We're a design studio that focuses on innovation-driven projects, very materials-focused. We've done a lot of work with 3D printing. It's the majority of our research.
Absolutely. And so, what are some of the latest projects that you were presenting here? And
Sure. Presenting here, we showed actually a lot of. We've been doing a lot of work with shoes lately. We did a collaboration with United Nude last year. We've been working with Feast, which is making 3D printed shoes for everyday use they just went to market, and we did some collaboration with them over the last year or so. Showed some older works, like all of our textiles research. Talked a lot about multi-material printing, potentials in that.
so, would you say the goal of your studio is to bring these new ways of making things into real everyday products? Is that kind of what you want to do, or?
Yes, of course. Our objective is to bring, to kind of take things from the lab to scale, to help companies integrate new technologies, but specifically around fabrication technologies and material technologies.
What are the main advantages that this can? That this kind of new approach can offer a company? What is it what are the reasons why they should embrace this new way of making things?
Sure. I think the answers are not always clear, and the answers vary very much from brand to brand or company to company. I think no two companies are really alike. They've all got their own challenges, and I think they're all going to find value.
We talk about mass customization, right?
So I think mass customization is certainly one, but mass customization may not necessarily be a value add for everybody. Maybe for others there are other potentials for them.
You need a customized offer for mass customization.
Yeah, essentially yes, and I think that's something we do. Is we work with people to help identify what those opportunities are.
Absolutely, yeah. And so, what do you think of this show? The approach they took was to kind of show a lot of bring adopters first, put the adopters first, and then show the possible solutions. Do you think this is the right way to present new manufacturing technologies? And how does this help you in what you do?
Absolutely. Without early adopters, there is no new technology, right? So I think that's always the place that you have to start. And then I think there's this very interesting thing that happens when you start looking for applications. Research is very often done in a vacuum without necessarily understanding what it's going to take to bring that into the world.
Right.
Applications may look very good in the lab, and then when you actually try to go to market with it, it might be a whole other set of issues and incentives that might not make them work quite as well.
Then the last thing, the show also kind of brought together makers and industry, and I guess trying to make them mutually benefit from each other. This is very particular in the fabric of Barcelona as a city. They have a lot of making, they have a lot of industry. What do you think? Do you feel, coming from New York, do you feel like this is a good hub for this kind of innovation?
It's actually amazing. I don't think I've really seen a community of makers quite like this anywhere. I would even say it's very different in New York. It's very heavily populated with actually very serious designers, which is something that I've always been somewhat critical of the maker movement for not having attracted as much probably professional designers as it should have, and it actually seems like it's working very well here, and it's an incredibly well-functioning ecosystem, better than anywhere else I've been, actually. It's amazing.